here. So in addition, I had the Bible, so you can find other relics like this wand. You can, pachoom, presumably to shoot and or banish demons. Gonna take a look at Reficul, which I have very, very mixed emotions about it. We'll get into why. First of all, though, interactive title screen. Well, somewhat interactive, I guess, in the sense that you move around to select what you want to do. So that's kind of cool. Options, very limited. Not normally a terrible thing, but in this case, I'm going to say it is, because you can either use smooth turning or you can use teleport. Those really technically have nothing to do with one another generally, but that's it. There's no snap turning. I think I started a new game. Yep, I did. Okay, so that's fine. So this is the main game. It is a survival-ish horror game. Oh, you know what? We're actually going to have to go back to the menu because... Well, yeah, this is going to be hard because I'm not going to be able to turn around with this nonsense. That's the other thing, is the teleport, part of the reason besides I don't like that, is broken. It allows you to teleport through walls like I just did. So I'm somewhere off the map or in a different part of the house or whatever. Yeah, I'm like out of bounds. So this is... Here we go. Maybe I'm in bounds and just at a weird spot. Okay. So we'll try it. What the heck? Yeah, see, no, I'm floating in stuff that I shouldn't be. And here we are, back at the splash screen. Super creepy. If you haven't figured it out by now, Reficul is Lucifer backwards. Ooh. Okay, so here's back where we are. First of all, I need to change. Oh, see, now I'm back on. Oh. If I can get back over here. So we want to use smooth turning. I don't actually want to use smooth turning. I want to use snap turn, but that's not an option. So there's that. I'm going to actually go into the tutorial to point out one of the game's main weaknesses. So not really to be negative, but this is a pretty big part of the game, at least as far as from what I can tell the way it's designed, and it's probably one of the biggest detriments. So I like the tutorial. It starts you off looking at your options, so you can do that, and then you kind of go through. It explains the different things. You know, so there's your health on your hands. This is how you pick stuff up. There are relics that you can use. So far, the Bible glows and does stuff. So I haven't found it in the game. I don't know what the actual purpose is. The ambiance of this game is definitely one of the pluses. The graphics are pretty great. The detail and stuff is pretty good. And the overall, like, you get a creepy feeling like when you're playing it. It's very ominous and foreboding, and they do a good job of making creepy little voices and stuff like that. One thing that I have not been able to figure out is why I'm like 2.5 feet tall in this world. So I don't think it's necessarily a problem with my setup or anything, because if you look, these are kind of where you might expect them to be, the tables, but the chairs and everything else in the world is not quite right. So we're looking at a whole bunch of weapons, and that is kind of the rough spot here. So in addition, I had the Bible, so you can find other relics like this wand. You can, pachoom, presumably to shoot and or banish demons, but in a tutorial you don't really get to use it for anything. So the guns, they're kind of bad. The guns themselves look good. They have a similar feel, at least as far as when you fire them, to the same or similar types of guns in other games. The reloading is a bit of a chore. This is my hand in my Rift. my touch controller. I pick something up, and I don't normally have the thing hover above my hand. So, if you're used to realistic guns or magazines, clips, whatever, um, it's just an awkward feeling when they're offset like that, especially if you're used to them being more realistic in other games. So we're gonna put this in. It's not gonna go. They don't really help you much. You have to be pretty precise. It's gonna go in. Now I still can't fire though. I've got to prime it. Fine, I do that in a lot of other games. The issue is that it's very picky. So that went off without a hitch. I'm gonna hit the button to eject. I'm gonna try and load another one, and this is usually where it falls apart. I can't prime it again. And you have to use your grip to get the slide back, which usually results in you just grabbing it into your other hand. So that was maybe a poor choice of controls. You have to be very precise where you grab it. But it seems like once you shoot that first magazine, unless there's something I'm missing, which I don't know what it is, because I can load it just fine. Well, so maybe it's that clip. Maybe. Try a different one. Yeah. So, in a game where they give you guns to fight evil, it kind of helps if the guns actually work. Thought maybe I was putting it in backwards or something, but it seems like it just... I mean, in theory, it should really only go in the one way. But yeah. So, okay, well, maybe avoid pistols. Well, you kind of run into it with the other guns as well. I like that the shells come out. You don't normally get that in VR games. Goes in. And you just can't. There. So that way it worked. I don't know how or why. Obviously it wasn't at first. Let's try again. Yeah. So whatever magic happened. Oh, this is annoying. So anyway, and then you get the same issue with the shotguns. And they're actually even harder to load because you've got this shell that's kind of floating up above, and it's very hard to get them out. And then just to reload them again, I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So, you know, the instructions are here. Oh, well, there's that part. You could put it in the bottom, not the side. But still, you get a similar effect. Like, I can't get the shells out of the box. So you have boxes of ammunition for shotguns, but yeah. So I got assault rifles too, but you get the idea. The guns are bad, and they feel good when they actually shoot, but being able to reload and reshoot them, major issue in a game of this type. So I'll go ahead and play the normal game once, just so you can kind of get an understanding. I think it would be good if it actually felt playable in the sense that you have a chance, or at least I have a chance. So you get these little notes around. Something's happening in the world. It's darkness. Nobody knows what's going on. Bad stuff is happening. Obviously, we know by the name of the game that demon type stuff is happening. Doors always open towards you, which is kind of a bummer. So again, scale, right? This is a bathtub. Seems kind of normal sized, at least as far as where I am. Then this giant toilet that looks like it's made for an ogre, and then an even more giant shower. So some scaling. This is not the end of the world by any means. This pool table is chest high. The balls themselves look a little small because it's probably cold in here. I don't know. Anyway, just some minor touches like that could really help because, again, you can probably hear the wheezing and the squishy, watery type noises going on outside that are kind of creepy. Those are the demon type things that are coming to get us. So the idea is to actually get out of the house, but not before going downstairs to collect the flashlight and gun your friend who wrote you that letter in your bedroom left you. So it's very dark, obviously, because I just have a candle and there's no power. This is striking the world, this epidemic. There's clues all over the town. Here's a map of the town. Now, the game is procedurally generated in the sense of what you find in the different houses and where the monsters are and stuff. But I feel like the map or the town itself is pretty set. So instead of leaving me the actual gun and flashlight, I feel like I got taller there for a second. He left me a piece of paper saying, make sure you get the gun and flashlight. So thanks for that. I'm not sure who lives in this house where they keep giant bags of trash under their stairs, but here we are. So, okay, so that's the front door. We don't want to go out that door, but there should be another door right here. And that one opened out. So here's our flashlight. We can set our candle down, but before we get our flashlight, I'm actually going to go ahead and get our gun. I'm not sure why, because we're supposed to, I suppose. So we're going to load it. Okay, so our gun is ready. We have 2 holsters slots and 3 ammo slots. The ammo slots feel pretty grabby. And then we're also going to get our flashlight. Now you can just hold it like a flashlight. You can also just holster it. And it's a better than nothing type thing. It just shoots down. I would like maybe a chest mounted one or something, some other option. Because especially when half the gun types require 2 hands, having to hold a flashlight is not very helpful. So this, I'm sure, looks better on a 2D video. It's really hard for me to read in VR, but basically it tells you how to deal with the first demons you deal with, which is basically shine a light on them and shoot their shadows. So we're going to go ahead and head out because this isn't going to get much better. I like the concept. I like the premise. I like a lot of the way the game looks and feels and sounds. It's creepy. It gives me the willies, especially when I go out here and there's a big flash of thunder. You hear whispers. You go to your neighbor across the street's house thinking, hey, this is a good place, but then clearly this is some kind of crime scene, so maybe not go in there. I've never really made it down the block very far. Because what happens is I run into some demons. I fend them off with my gun. My gun runs out. And we're pretty much boned. There was the lightning that scared me. So this is a church. Hopefully we can get in here. Nope, it's locked. Oh, so there's one of these guys. It's easier if you, and they start whispering and trying to hurt you. So I'm gonna try and find another way in. Oh. So I got him. I'm running out of ammo quickly. Nothing like a church with an ice machine and that's not opening. That's a door that's for looks. That's a bummer. Ooh, hey! How's it going, big guy? See? He creeped up on me. And I got little chill bumps there. Oh, he had a friend. Of course, it doesn't make sense that you're shooting. Oh. And I'm out. So let's try to reload. I dropped my flashlight. Very awkwardly trying to get this stupid clip in. Because it just doesn't want to go. And here's the problem with Reficul. Yeah. So I wish I could see and play more of it, but sadly I keep getting stuck right in that type of situation. Now, you may say, well, is that all there is? No, of course not. There's arcade games, which are basically, well, you have Reficul Arcade, which is much more fast-paced. You can kind of see the description there. Stuff just goes quick. There's Demon Hunter, which is more of just shooting the demons. There's Space Invaders. I'm going to do Space Invaders because it's probably the most jank in the game. So it's set up like a horde mode. I'm, again, 2.5 feet tall. I have some military dude helpers
Prepare for the first wave.
against waves of aliens coming. So I'm going, hey, look at this gun I can get, right? Nope. Sorry, just disappears. You don't actually get it. Maybe this one? I haven't figured this out. I don't know. Just for looks. Alright, so here's the best part. Hope I can get over here in time. These dudes are shooting at nothing. And better yet, they can get shot by nothing. Like I'm doing right now. What is the point of this? He's dead. Wait, are there... Okay, I kind of see little guys all the way back there. I think that's the second wave, technically, though. The first wave, I've never seen them. Now they're adding more guys that are way far off down there. And there's no way I can hit them with this. I need his gun with the unlimited ammo. You doing alright? Moral support. But yeah, see how short I am compared? Alright. So they're finally coming closer, but not really close enough to... At least in this mode... Oh, see, there's the gun I wanted before. Yeah. I died. Yeah. This is a real bummer. We'll do one more of these. This is basically zombie survival. You're in a house. Zombies come at you. This mode has some performance issues. You might not see it. Yeah, I'm out of ammo. Yeah. died. So I'm not the greatest shot in the world. I will be absolutely the first to admit it. I was definitely getting some headshots there, and with limited ammo, it's just bad. And it's really disappointing because I love this. I grew up in arcades, and this makes me happy seeing this type of setup, this type of room, this type of implementation. With the game itself, it's just so much promise, and so much of it is just not playable. So I believe it's still in early access, so there is hope. Maybe it'll get better, and let's hope so, because I think there's something special here. At least the foundation is good. They just need to really tighten up some spots, and I think this will be a worthwhile game.